and enjoy?
Of course, we have, as I said, we have all the usual beats. We have words of wisdom. We have quick cuisine. We have Artville, yes. All right, let's kickstart the show now with words of wisdom. Let us see words of wisdom. On to the guest segment, and our guest for today is Honorable Clement Obayuana. He is the coordinator and consultant partnership initiative in the Niger Delta. You are very welcome to the program. Okay. But before we meet him, let's see his profile. An impressive profile there from Honorable Clement Obayuana. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on Morning Delight.
Thank you very much. You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
But before we go into the nitty-gritty on our conversation today, let's see some vox pop about reactions of people on food security.
To be self-sufficient in food production is not an easy job for any house or any government or any country. But countries who also cannot feed themselves, there is danger. That is why I also believe that as an agriculturalist, and with the new technology going on everywhere, if you have a small space outside your compound, at the back, at the front or the sides, you do a small farming. And that's vegetable, you can do fishery, you can do poultry. If you raise 20 birds, and at the end of when it grows and you sell it, it will also boost your income. Doing farming and succeeding and having profits. But government can provide land for farmers. Government can provide incentives like loan of less than a loan that is a GDIT, and so many other things like herbicide and so many other things. Government can subsidize those ones for farmers, and then with that there will be enough.
Think of the poor men by reducing their prices. Because then two, like I said just now, the wastage is caused mainly by high cost of high price, and we are just talking politicians running here and there, doing this and that. That's only it. But why can't you have this industry that will produce or help us to storage this good? That there's no waste. We continue to have problems.
Those are opinions out there from people on food sufficiency. Now, sir, I want to ask you my first question. What is the reason for global hunger? And let's trickle it down to Nigeria in particular.
Okay, globally, there are major causes of food insecurity, rather hunger. One is conflict. Where there's conflict, agriculture cannot thrive. There's bound to be displays of a human and material resources. So as such, it brings about hunger. Then we also talk about climate change. You know, today, some of us understand that the ozone layer is almost gone, depleted. So as it affects the human, so also it affects the livelihood, affects the crops and other related resources. So it's another major causes of hunger, both in the global and back to Nigeria. So other things are poverty.
Okay.
Poverty is another major problem. You see, there's an adage that says it is what you have in the stomach that control what you carry in the head. So there's no way you can encourage any healthy human being without food to actually obey you. So you will not think fast and think well to even think of going to make farm when you don't have something in the stomach too. So poverty is another major problem. People don't think right when you are hungry. So you lost energy when you are hungry.
Yes.
So you will not think of going to do that. Even when you have the instinct, even when it's your instinct to do it, but the energy will not be there. So people suffer as a sort of poverty.
All right, so you've talked about the reason for the insufficiency of food globally. Now let's talk about the solutions now. What do you think are the solutions to this global hunger?
Okay, first of all, they said there's an adage that said that a war that is preempt cannot strike a man without a deafened ear.
Yes.
So we first of all put in place everything that will avoid conflict. Then again, we have to learn to practice a modern system of farming. CSA is another solution, climate smart agriculture. It is only in those days people will say there was no land to farm, but this time around, even your backyard, even part of your house, uncompleted building,
yes,
you can make a farm and still do well. Another thing is for the government to, if possible, reenact a law or boost agricultural policy that will favor the poor.
Yes.
And the farmers in question that fall into this category are majorly the poor ones, the small scale farmers.
The ones in the rural areas.
Yes. So if they are provided means to farm, create an access road, storage facilities, you see that they will also be doing well. Yes, it is those days that you talk about fertilizer destroying crops because the technical know-how is not there. Then that orientation should be given. Then I'll be provided seedlings. These days I'm a practical farmer, you know.
Okay.
So I now understand that there are some crops that have this strong resilience to climate change effect. So no matter how strong is that drought, such crop can thrive, can survive. So all these things should be put in place as a solution to because of hunger, both in the global and in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that question, for that answer. As we now know that hunger is now a matter of global concern, how do you think it's possible to eradicate it from Nigeria, or it's just a systematic problem?
You see, if I ask you, you cannot tell me how the hunger came.
Yes.
So you cannot at the same time think of a drastic solution.
Yes.
So gradually, systematically, when the right policies, the right tools are put in place, it will gradually go. So it's a systemic process. So it's a gradual process that will go. But the assurance of total eradication, I want to tell you, is zero. Because right from the ancient days,
Yes.
I keep telling people that farming is the oldest profession. Is the oldest. Quote me anywhere. So right from the days of our forefathers, there have been hunger. So if it was not properly taken care of, then I don't think total eradication will be possible. But systemic eradication will be the solution.
Okay, that's a very nice one.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So being a practical farmer,
Yes.
what are the challenges you have faced over the years, and how were you able to eradicate those challenges?
Very good. Some of the problem, not as a person, generally, the farmer have. One, infrastructure. Infrastructure that has to do with roads, storage facilities. You see, food wastage is a very major problem because the farmer lack or does not have the means to preserve their spoilage crops. Imagine somebody transporting tomatoes all the way from the north to the south to the east. You can imagine the long distance when it's not preserved. So a lot of wastage will come in. So that infrastructure is a major challenge. Then access to credit and loan. Let me generally access to finance
Yes.
and credit
That's a major problem.
is another major problem.
Of course.
Yes, you may have the idea, but if you don't have the means
It means
to showcase
carry out.
or carry out the idea,
Exactly.
it amounts to nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So farmers actually have those major problem. Inequality is another problem. Bad governance, and so on. I can go on. You know, if you watch our policy or policy makers, only few women are allowed to participate, but their ideas are not always captured. So as such, it brings about inequality in the process. So once you agree with me that the major part of the population is also women and youth.
That's true.
So if such a class or level are not being carried along when you are making your policy, how can such policy work out to affect everybody positively? Even if you see the light of the day, it will not go down well to actually solve the problem that we want to sort out for us.
All right, sir. We're talking about, let's look at the youths now.
Good.
You are a farmer, sir.
I am.
And of course, I know you have sons. Let's look at the youths now. How do you encourage the youths to go into farming? Of course, I know you like your son to be a farmer like you.
Of course.
Okay, so
I'm already building one to
you
become.
see now.
Yes,
So how do you encourage the youths to go into
yes,
farming?
and first and foremost, that moral support has to come first. But one thing, you can only force the horse to the river. You cannot force it to drink
Force the
water.
horse to drink the
You
water.
must build it into their system, their life,
Yes.
to begin to see, and building it, you have to be successful in that career before anybody can want to be like you. Because generally in the society, you can only encourage anybody using your own life example.
Yes.
This I'm telling you now. This is what I want. This is what I am. This is what I've gone through. As such, would you like to be like me? Fine. So the other day, I read that one of the universities were offering a free tuition fee for those intending agric students. Those are some of the moral encouragement. So
that's very good.
The graduate ones, or even the ones who are roaming about the streets, the reason why some of them, if you interview them, go close to them,
yes,
you will discover that they don't have this support, access to loan, grant, mostly, because at that tender age, they may not have the ability to pay back. You understand me? Because if one venture into a business that you don't understand very well, there's every tendency that 60% may not survive it.
Okay.
So the technical know-how have to be given to this book by way of encouragement, then create access to finance and credit. Then give them that knowledge to understand that farming is not just about using crude implement anymore.
Exactly. It's mechanized.
It's
now.
mechanized.
Yes.
Mechanized.
Yeah.
There are equipment, there are tools that you can use. Like as I am dressed now, I can go to the farm and come back and remain fresh.
Yes.
So if all these things are put in place, you can see that I think agriculture will become a talk of the day.
Great improvement.
So everybody want to go into it.
All right, so let's look at fertilizer now.
Good.
Of course, for a layman, we of course know that fertilizer helps in agricultural production. So we want to know, can you give an insight how fertilizer, I don't know if you are aware, how fertilizer is being distributed in Nigeria? Is it evenly distributed among farmers?
You see, fertilizer issues have been a very big issue to the
sensitive,
farmers.
Yes,
because now the awareness is there that fertilizer helps to improve the productivity of the crops. But the channel or modes of distribution have been very, very unstable. You understand? So we only got it right at a time when Jonathan was the president, when he introduced GES, Growth Enhancement System, where every ward and quarters were having redemption centers. It will be distributed across the wards, across the local government, directly from the source, close to the farmer. So you don't have any need to spend anything to go and get this fertilizer.
Okay.
So that now boosts the sensitivity of the farmer towards the use of fertilizer. Then, but ever since somebody would go and say, go to the place to say, I'm the one representing the entire local government. You give it to me, and of course, Nigeria.
Yes.
So when it now becomes too big, too much, automatically you'll be calculating how much it will be. You know the cost of input these days, fertilizer and other things in the market.
And all these things will be hoarded and resold back.
And resold back, and so that will further bring in corruption in the system.
But we are glad that this new government, the Renewed Hope agenda, is trying to make better initiative for farmers to get more access to fertilizer. With that, I want to say thank you very much, sir, for coming on Morning Delight. We appreciate your coming. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Let's take a short break now. We'll be right back. Moving on, let's take quick cuisine. We are taking We have a delicious groundnut soup for you today. Let us see. My mouth is already salivating. So let's see what's cooking in the kitchen.
Welcome to the program, Quick Cuisine. I am Hope Ihazwangbe, your chef for today. Well, today we're going to be making groundnut soup. And here are the ingredients we'll be using to make the groundnut soup today. And we have our cow skin called the pomo, locally called pomo. And then we have our bongo fish and our crayfish. We have our seasoning, we have our grounded pepper, we have our salt, and we have our palm oil. Without palm oil, the soup will never be a soup, yes. And then we have our vegetable, but we'll be using the ugu leaf. And then we have the most important recipe for today, the groundnut itself. And then we have our stock already, our already boiled meats and chicken that we'll be using. So relax and watch me make groundnut soup. First of all, I have to light my gas. Okay, and that's done. You know, I already boiled my chicken and my cow meat with seasoning, so I don't think I'll be adding any more seasoning to this, so it will not be too much. For my groundnuts, I added some recipes to grind it, and that was orima and oziza. That was what I used in grinding my groundnuts for it to make it have a lovely scent. And now, while our stock is already on fire, we have to add our momo, that's the cow skin inside, for it to boil too. We add it inside. Bongo fish and our crayfish. We'll not use everything, so it will not be too much, so that's enough. That quantity is enough. And then we'll add our pepper. So I'm just gonna add a little of it. That's enough. And then we stir. For our grounded groundnut, I actually spiced it with urima and uzuza to make it have a nice taste. So let's give it 6 minutes for it to get boiled before we start adding any other ingredients. Now you cover it for some minutes, for like let's say 2 minutes, so it will boil. Now we've added all our ingredients, and here is the last ingredient we'll be adding, and this is our vegetable. You can make do with any vegetable of your choice, but me, I decided to use the ugu leaf vegetable. Don't add too much, just add a little bit. Since it's groundnut soup, it does not require too much vegetables. After adding your vegetable, you stir. Then you cover it for it to boil for like 2 to 3 minutes, and then you remove. Well, we are done preparing our groundnut soup, and we will be eating it with our fufu, popularly known as Santana. There are people who love eating groundnut soup with rice. Some prefer eba, some prefer semovita or pando yam, but I will be using fufu to eat my groundnut soup today. So let me dish this soup so I can eat. I can't wait to eat this food. Okay, thank you for watching today's episode on Quick Cuisine. See you next time. Bye.
Our next guest on the show is a veterinarian, Dr. Owoicho Samuel Amifufun. He is the State Coordinator, Federal Ministry of Livestock Development, Edo State. But before we meet him, let's see his profile. that was an impressive profile there. Doctor, you're welcome to
Welcome,
Morning
sir,
Delight.
to Morning Delight.
Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you, sir.
Now, October 16, my first question. You know, October 16 was regarded as World Food Day. And of course, the 80th anniversary of the Food and Agricultural Organization. So my first question to you is, what do you think is the most pressing issue concerning food security in Nigeria?
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here with you this morning. And I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate my audience. Yeah, talking about pressing issue in agriculture in the country or against food security in the country currently, I would like to tell you now that we are grown out of our previous state to a renewed hope that is going to revitalize the agri sector and provide food security. Before now, we know that our food is not secured because of insecurity in the country. We have serious attacks in Benue and in other states between the farmer and the herders, the crashes. But we appreciate Mr. President for his 10-pillar Renew Hope agenda, which the sustainability of agriculture and food security is one of his basic interests. Currently, we have over 3,000 recruitment ongoing in the agro rangers of the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps that will be in our forests to help watch our borders, including the immigration services. So recruitment is ongoing, and that will help to mitigate the inflow of foreigners who may cause harm to our farmers in the country. So currently, I don't think we have issues regarding food security because we are on it, and I believe within the shortest possible period, it will become a history to this great nation, that farmers will go to their farm and farm peacefully, while herders will as well face their production without any clash. And that brings about the issue of cattle ranching and the grazing reserve that Mr. President have enshrined in the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. If you could listen to my Honorable Minister Meha of recent, he mentioned that herders in the Abuja metropolitan will no longer graze their livestock in the metropolitan. And that brought about opening of a cattle ranch at Buhari, which will help in reducing or mitigating completely the herder farmer crisis and make the food insecurity a thing of the past in the country, because it will be replicated surely in every state of the Federation. Thank you.
All right, sir. Talking about genetically modified foods, do you think is a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, yeah. GMO, as you know, it's an innovation from the outside world, and it has its own advantage and disadvantage. You know, the population is growing rapidly, and the need to boost production is very, very important in our current society. In order to reduce food shortages, researchers and engineers, they went in, researchers, they went in to modify our food. That is the genetically modified organisms, which could either be plants or animal or microbes that can be used to stir a natural food to produce in such a way that it will not be in the natural trend. It will come in a different mode, and that will help to increase production, reduce herbicides, the use of herbicides, because they will be resistant to grasses and weeds in the farm. So when you use herbicides in your farm, it will not affect such food. And it will also help in reducing pesticides, because inside the GMO, they have their own pesticides inculcated, which will help in boosting production. But in the other way around, they affect our environment, they affect our health, and they also affect our minds, because we've already over the year built our mind with our natural produced food. So now that GMO is coming, we have different perception, and that was what made the federal government to institute a regulatory body, which we call the NAAMA, which is the what? The National Agricultural Management Agency. So what do? They help in regulating the importation of seeds in collaboration with the Seed Council of Nigeria and the IITA, that is meant to protect the whole Africa, the continent, on what? Issues regarding seeds, food, and other crops. So now that the federal government have initiated such and instituted such a regulatory body, I'm very sure that there will be what? Proper risk assessment of every crop that is coming, every seed that is coming to Nigeria. And it will also help in regulating the food industry in order to boost production, in order to make our farmers to be rest assured that what they are using, it's not going to harm them. Because the major effect, let me tell you, is about allergy. You know, some people will eat such food and they will become allergic to it. You start seeing all sorts of sickness or diseases coming up. So in order to mitigate such occurrence, that was why the federal government rapidly instituted a regulatory body, NAMA. And also, I would like to commend that the GMO itself, not that it's completely or it's going to harm you or harm us when we take GMO food, but the modification, what are the modifications that have been used for those seeds that will not affect you and I, is what the government is really after. But it is a reality. It must definitely come. You don't say it's bad completely, especially when there are mechanisms to checkmate the effect on humans. And I would also like to tell you that there will be proper labeling of those seeds and produce. The labeling will help for traceability, for tracking, because as farmers use it, we go check what they have used, we check the effect on the farm, on the environment, and on the health of people consuming it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So having said that, as a vet doctor with expertise in food sustainability, how do you think Nigeria can develop its livestock farming like what is expected in, like what is obtainable in countries like Brazil? How do you think we can do that?
Thinking about it's already ongoing.
Okay.
And I would like to use this opportunity to commend Mr. President for his initiative, a robust initiative for transiting the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. With the policies on ground now, I will give you almost 100% assurance that the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development is going to work hand in hand with the Nigerian military or the Defense Ministry in order to curb the instant attacks between farmers and herders in the country. Reason, you find out that herders, they move in search of what? Pastures and water all over Nigeria. That is just the reason they move from one end to the other. And at the cost of doing that, they trespass into farms. And it has really sparked a lot of non-sustainability of what? Agriculture in the country. Now that this Federal Ministry of Livestock Development has been carved out, you find out that our responsibility have been streamlined to the livestock sector, while that of crop is streamlined to the Ministry of Agriculture. Though we will still work hand in hand, because animal cannot survive without plant. And plant cannot just be left there without animal consuming them. So the livestock sector that has been initiated by the federal government will go a long way to curb the issue of insecurity, farmer herder crisis, and bring sustainability in our food industry. The cattle ranching that has also been initiated in almost all states. Our minister have gone almost around the 36 states of Nigeria to do a survey of lands that can be used for what? For grazing and for ranching, where you have your clinics there, the veterinarian will be there to treat the cow. The full animal have no any cost to leave the boundary. And also you have schools for them. Their children who want to go to school, we have schools in there. There will be boreholes and some dams will be there for their cow to drink. And also pastures will be planted. And that was the collaboration we had with the Brazilian government. There was an MOU signed for them to come invest in the country, even with the Saudi Arabia and the Netherlands. All these arrangements have been made and they are ongoing. So I believe within the shortest possible period, we'll get there. And thank God for His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, who have just created a brand new ministry of Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. Yeah. And we also pray that every other governors will also copy what our governor here in Edo have done. And the aim is to align with the federal ministry's organogram in order to bring about food security, to reduce the farmer herder crisis, and to boost the livestock sector in the country.
Thank you very much, sir. I like the developments that you have mentioned today, but let's talk about transforming from subsistence farming to mechanized farming. How do you think Nigerians can achieve this without too much lip service? How do you think, sir?
Yes, you know, from time immemorial, we know that using cutlass and hoes have been our norms to farm. Whether it's subsistence or commercial, it's a pity. But we thank God for Mr. President.
Yes.
It's something that everybody is seeing. It's not a lip stay. You watch it, it happens. Of recent, I think last week, there was what? Flag off of distribution of agri inputs in the state by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Why? Because Mr. President is really on food security. He wants everyone in this country, the least thing you will not have in your room, the thing that you will not have in your room should not be what? Food. Food should be available in every home. And how can we drive from this subsistence to mechanized agriculture? You see the tractors, about 10,000 tractors were being procured to be distributed, and it's ongoing. They even brought to Edo State. It has been distributed around the 774 LGAs in the country so that farmers will have access to mechanized farming.
That's good.
And in which way, how can we achieve this? It's through cluster farming, through cooperative society. I was in Canada. I went through Toronto to Windsor. All through from Toronto, through Chatham, to London, Ontario, down to Windsor, you see farms in kilometers. Then I came down from the taxi. I went into one of the farms to ask question, who owns this farm? To check what they do. And I was shocked that they all came out en masse, about 5-10 people, that they come together to farm. That it's not just for one person. That the whole farm for over 5 to 10 kilometer land is for 5, 10, 15 people, which is what we call cluster farming. People with like minds, people who farm the same thing, they come together. It will go a long way to help us in commercial agriculture because it's going to make mechanization easy. Like now the federal government initiative on this tractorization, sharing of tractors through NCAM is for cooperative society to come and rent it, to use it. People farming maize should farm maize together. People farming yam should farm yam together. It's not like what we used to know that somebody will be farming yam here, the next plot of land is maize, another one is cassava, and we kept revolving the subsistence system of farming and not the commercial farming system. So in order to make it seamless and easy, we have to come together, to cluster together in order to farm
that wonderful enlightenment. We really enjoyed your discussion today, sir.
I did.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was our guest. He's a doctor of veterinary, and his name is Dr. Owichu Samuel Amifufun. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Let's take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Right about now, let's take a look at the segment Advil where we have shoemaking.
Sandal making is a timeless craft, blending creativity and technical skills, ranging from simple strap designs to more complex constructions, whether crafted by hand or machine.
I started shoemaking 2022 stroke 2021, and I was just doing it inside, and it was not really funny though, not officially launched yet as a brand. To the glory of God, it has been going well. It's quite interesting because when you have passion for this stuff, you will enjoy every bit of it. And so today I'll be taking us through some process of shoemaking from the scratch to the finishing. I have my tools here with me, and this is called the fiber. And also these the Marco 4. We use this for the insole here. We use this for the insole here, which is something like this, just like this. This for the insole. So also I have with me here my gum and the scissors and my brush, gum brush. And also this is a mallet hammer, we'll be using this also. Insole first of all from a carton, which is going to be our pattern for the insole, and so therefore we'll be drafting it out from here. Make sure that this carton is inside the main sole, is inside the main sole, and so we'll trim out with our scissors. After we've marked it all out inside here, we'll mark from our Marco 4 and the fiber to get the insole. We've marked the Marco 4 out, and here it is. And so we move on to the next stage, which is marking it on our fiber. This is our filing machine right here. It's used to create a rough surface or smooth surface for your stuff. So from all what we've been doing from the onset, here is our final product. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's not even looking handmade. It's beautiful.
The process of making sandals is a rewarding journey that cultivates patience, creativity, and a deep appreciation for the finished product. It is a testament to the joy of creation and the enduring pride of crafting something beautiful and useful with your own hand. Wow, beautiful footwear there. That guy is really, really talented. All right, moving on the show, let's go to our next bit now, which is entertainment gist. One of my favorite segments. Let's see what's trending now in the entertainment news.
On entertainment gist, Bad Bunny to be honored as top Latin artist of the 21st century at 2025 Billboard Latin Music Award. Billboard and Telemundo announced on Thursday 9th October that global superstar Bad Bunny will be recognized as the top Latin artist of the 21st century at the 2025 Billboard Latin Music Award. The prestigious honor is based on his unparalleled achievements on the Billboard Top Latin Album and Hot Latin Songs charts throughout the first 25 years of the country. While celebrations are on way for Bad Bunny, another story is unfolding this time. It involves Nigeria's favorite twin and a wave of online tension. Nigeria twin sensation Rude Boy Paul Okoye and Mr. P, Peter Okoye, made the front page of bloggers recently. A recent report disclosed that the brothers finally took stern action against each other on social media. Fans and netizens who came across this viral report shared hot takes about the musicians as they revisited their legacy. Fans quickly noticed that the change on Monday, October 13, and speculated that tension might be brewing against these two brothers, who reunited in 2021 after years apart.
During the course of the week, some events did occur. Let's take a look at some of them.
Edo State Governor Monday Okwebolo on Tuesday administered the oath of office to 19 commissioners, several chairpersons, and members of boards and commissions, with a star warning against corruption and actions that could undermine the integrity of his administration. The swearing took place at Government House Benin City and was attended by Deputy Governor Dennis Idausa, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Chief Lateef Fagbemi, the Secretary to the State Government Musa Hilo, the Chief of Staff Alhaji Gani Awudu, and 7 commissioners, special advisors, heads of ministries, departments and agencies, permanent secretaries and other top government officials. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and SCDC has arrested no fewer than 70 people for suspected kidnapping, rape, logistics supply to bandits and other criminal activities in the Okbela area of East Local Government of Edo State. The arrest came in response to the killing of 8 security personnel attached to Boa Cement Company by criminal elements in the area last month. In a statement, the NSCDC spokesman CSC Afolabi Babawale said the operation exposed the faces behind the wave of the kidnappings and violence that have plagued Okbela and its environs. According to him, the command of the squad that carried out the operation, as Danduara explained, that the suspect operated under the guise of illegal miners and charcoal vendors to infiltrate rural communities who are engaged in abduction and violent crimes.
From the highlights during the week, let's see what we have next for our sport lovers.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria produced a dominant performance, defeating the Titans of Benin Republic 4-0 in the final of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. Uyo star striker Victor Osimhen stole the spotlight with a brilliant hat-trick, while substitute Frank Onyeka sealed the route late in the game. The emphatic victory, however, was not enough to hand Nigeria an automatic qualification ticket, as South Africa clinched Group C's top spot with a 3-0 win over Rwanda, booking their place at the 2026 World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Despite the convincing win, the Super Eagles finished second in their group. They now await the playoff round, a final chance to secure a spot at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The team will be hoping to build on this performance as they continue their qualification journey. Meanwhile, the management of Bender Insurance Football Club has approved the appointment of Coach Kennedy Boboye as the new technical manager of the club. The appointment was announced on Monday via a statement from Kehinde Osagede, the club's Director of Media and Communications. The appointment follows a mutual agreement between the club's management and Coach Boboye for him to assume full responsibility of the club's technical department. After a thorough evaluation, the management found the former Plateau United and Kwara United coach suitable for the role based on his proven track record, which includes his impressive credentials and vast experience in the Nigerian Premier Football League. The management of Bender Insurance FC is optimistic that Coach Boboye's appointment will usher in a new phase of improved performance and renewed confidence in the ongoing season, as they are not satisfied with the current position of the football club in the MPFL, with Bender Insurance currently in the 19th position in the league with 6 points. That's it on Sport Rail.
Wow, as a sport lover, I say that was a beautiful one there by the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think they made, even if they've not yet qualified for the World Cup, at least they've qualified for the playoffs.
Yes, they have. It's really
nice one
there.
Nice one. All right, with that, we've come to the end of another exciting edition of Morning Delight. Of course, I know you had a great time on the show. Don't forget to keep a date with us next week. But there's a repeat on Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And don't forget to join us on our various social media handles. Of course, I had a great time. Praise?
Yeah, I did to have a pleasant time today.
All right. So till we see you again, same station, same time next week. My name is John Ime and
I am Praise Audio.
Together we say have a blessed day and bye.
Zocha Hotel and Lounge, the home of hospitality with a touch of class, with a serene environment, clean and crystal. Zocha Hotel and Lounge offers exquisite accommodation with diverse range of luxurious rooms, with an array of local and intercontinental dishes and choice drinks. We also take care of your social and corporate needs with our state-of-the-art event center capable of seating 1,000 guests comfortably. For qualitative relaxation, you can rely on our premium entertainment nightclub and bar to mingle and have unlimited fun. Zocha Hotel and Lounge is indeed a home away from home, where every service is accorded with Midas touch. Zocha Hotel and Lounge is situated at number 55 Upper Mission Extension Road, Benin City. For booking inquiries, call 09037001356 or 09012690561. Zocha Hotel and Lounge, the hotel with utmost comfort.
Do you live in Aduawa and environs, or you need a conducive and open field in Aduawa for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, annual ceremonies, family or corporate events in a serene and conducive environment that is close to nature? Then look no further. NTA Benin Aduawa is the place for you. NTA Benin Aduawa has a large field for all your events and ceremonies. Also, at NTA Corporate Headquarters TV Road, we have a state-of-the-art fully air-conditioned ultra-modern hall for all kinds of indoor events with a standby generating set, therefore ensuring uninterrupted power supply. We also have NTA Pavilion for all outdoor events at the same venue. Guess what? Our prices are affordable, locations are easily accessible, venues conducive and highly secured. Our outside broadcast van is available 24 hours and can broadcast your events live. And above all, you can air your events on our award-winning program like Events and Style. And any booking on the field or hall gets a bonus of free news coverage. Wow! What are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity and have your celebration in a grand style. For inquiries and bookings, please call NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
Hello, are you looking for a place for relaxation?
We are going after restored transmission in a short while. Our digital transmission continues on Star Times, Channel 103, Free Bouquet. Stay tuned.
I was happy Giovanni became the chief because I think he deserves it, like more than Ife. So I was rooting for him, and I was happy he became the chief and not Ife, like retaining the crown or whatever. So
I was happy that Giovanni won because Giovanni has really good skills in communicating with people, and yeah, from the way he has been behaving in the house, not considering the fact that he has been caught with Lillian in the bed, but Giovanni generally is a cool person, and I think he's going to do well as a chief. I believe in him, so yes.
Now it's time to do some housekeeping with matters in residence. Now, there's two different people that I need to address here, but there's one person in between, so let's start there. Yes? Anthony, on your feet. Daniel.